A reading from the Gospel of John. Jesus said, I am giving you these commands so that you may love one another. If the world hates you, be aware that it hated me before it hated you. If you belonged to the world would love you as its own, but because you do not belong to the world, I've chosen you out of the world. Therefore, the world hates you. Remember the word that I said to you. Servants are not greater than their masters. If they persecuted me, they will persecute you. If they kept my word, they will keep yours also. But they will do all these things to you on account of my name, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not have sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. Whoever hates me hates my Father also. If I had not done among them the works that no one else did, then they would not have sin. But now that they have seen and hated both me and my Father, it was to fulfill the word that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. When the Advocate comes, whom I will send to you from the Father, the Spirit of truth who comes from the Father, he will testify on my behalf. You also are to testify, because you have been with me from the beginning. Today is the day that the church celebrates the life of two of the apostles, Saints Simon and Jude. Somebody wants to note, and this is why I'm wearing red today, it's a little bit of a tip of the hat to them. Red is the color of martyrs, and both Simon and Jude were martyred for their faith. They were faithful witnesses to Jesus Christ and to spreading the gospel in their lifetime. Simon in Egypt, and then Jude joined Simon when they both wound up in Persia, or modern-day Iran. And there they spread the gospel, but eventually lost their lives in some fairly gruesome ways. But somebody asked the question once, why most apostles get their own day? Why are these grouped together? And our very own local priest, Sam Protero, who has given the church the gift of writing his book on the Lesser Feast and Fasts. He holds up this about Saints Simon and Jude, that they are acknowledged together in a day because they needed each other. And I'm just going to read to you his little paragraph. Without one another, Simon and Jude would likely have been martyred far earlier in their lives. Together, they were a formidable pair, each bearing the gifts necessary to the life of the other. Jude was always there to mediate and reconcile the abrasions created by Simon's zeal. And Simon was always there to speak on behalf of Jude and protect him from those who would take advantage of his gentleness. And so this from San Protero reminding us that as Jesus in John's gospel, that rather disconcerting message that he's giving his disciples, that you're going to be hated by the world, and if they hate you, it's because they hate me, and so on and so forth. But we're reminded on this feast day where we acknowledge two of the apostles at the same time, we're reminded that while they might have had the world against them in some ways, they had each other, and they rounded one another out, and they supported one another, and together they went much further than they could have gone on their own. I think that's such an important message for us all. Even in these days where we feel separated sometimes physically from one another, we all have people in our lives who I think are our Simon or our Jude, the person who rounds us out, who helps us get by in the world, who makes us stronger when we are with them. And so I encourage us all to take a moment at the beginning of this day to not only remember Simon and Jude and their self-giving love, but also to remember the people in our lives for whom we might give thanks, the people who have brought us much further than we could have gone on our own. May God help you to remember and give thanks for them this day, and may God bless and keep you this day and always. Amen.